All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going deep into prehistoric oceans.
To meet some real giants.
Giants of the ocean.
Yeah, creatures that would make Jaws look like a little guppy.
Forget whales, okay? For a second, I want you to imagine colossal reptiles and sharks just dominating the underwater world millions of years ago.
It's amazing the predators that we're gonna see.
So we're going to rank these behemoths
Okay.
based on size and predatory prowess.
Right?
And I think people are going to be really surprised by how big some of these creatures were
Oh, absolutely.
and just how they were built to survive.
Yeah, it wasn't just one group.
Yeah.
There was a variety of different animals, and they all had these unique adaptations to live in these prehistoric oceans.
I'm so excited about this. And spoiler alert, the most surprising creature on our list isn't even a reptile
Oh.
or a shark.
Okay, now I'm intrigued.
But I'm getting ahead of myself.
Right.
Let's start our countdown with number 10, Shastasaurus secaniensis.
All right, so this takes us back to the mid-Triassic period, about 245 million years ago.
Okay.
And Shastasaurus was an early ichthyosaur.
Wow.
And this was a world just starting to recover from the Permian-Triassic extinction.
So life on Earth is just coming back after this massive extinction.
Biggest one.
Yeah, and this huge predator is already on the scene.
Yeah, things bounce back pretty quick.
Talk about a comeback. I always picture ichthyosaurs as these dolphin-like reptiles.
Yeah.
But how big are we talking with Shastasaurus?
Well, they were already reaching lengths of like 8 to 9 meters.
Oh, wow.
Think about that.
That's longer than a double-decker bus.
Exactly.
And I'm guessing those sharp teeth tell us it wasn't just nibbling on kelp.
No, they were definitely predators.
Okay.
They were likely going after creatures of comparable size.
Wow. Already a contender for the Don't Want to Meet in a Dark Alley award.
Yeah.
But moving on to number 9, we have another ichthyosaur,
Okay.
the Himalayasaurus tibetensis.
Yes.
Now, this one is a true giant, right?
This one was massive.
Yeah.
So late Triassic period.
Right.
This thing could potentially reach up to 18 meters in length.
Okay, now I'm officially getting nervous.
Yeah.
I thought Shastasaurus was big.
Yeah.
Just trying to picture this thing
Oh,
swimming toward me.
it'd be terrifying.
Gives me chills.
So its skull alone
Uh-huh.
was over 3 meters long.
Wow.
So picture that.
Oh, man.
And we estimate that this beast weighed somewhere between 30 and 40 tons.
So Himalayasaurus was the heavyweight champion of the Triassic seas.
Yeah, pretty much.
And speaking of heavyweight champions, coming in at number 8,
Okay.
we have Pliosaurus funki, which some people might know by its much cooler nickname, Predator X.
Ah, yes. Pliosaurus, the late Jurassic predator.
Yeah.
This thing was the embodiment of power.
Right. Short neck,
Mm-hmm.
massive head,
Yeah.
4 large flippers.
Yeah, it was built for speed and those devastating attacks.
I remember seeing, I think it was a documentary about Predator X years ago,
Yep.
and they made it seem absolutely colossal.
Right.
Like 15 meters long,
Right.
weighing 45 tons.
Yeah, those early estimations, they were a little bit off.
Oh.
Later research showed that it was probably closer to 9 to 10 meters in length.
Okay.
But still.
So maybe not as big as initially thought,
Right.
but still longer than a great white shark.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I'm guessing those powerful flippers weren't just for leisurely swims.
No, this thing was a hunter.
So did scientists discover anything about how Pliosaurus hunted?
Well, what's fascinating is its jaw structure.
Okay.
Scientists believe that it could generate one of the strongest bites
Really?
of any creature that ever lived.
Wow.
Those massive jaws and teeth were designed to crush bone.
Imagine the force needed to crush the bone
I know.
of creatures that were already giants themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible.
It's amazing.
So just for comparison, were there any other pliosaurs that came close to Predator X
Yeah.
in terms of size and power?
Cretoxyrhina.
Okay.
Powerful beast from the early Cretaceous.
Yeah.
Reached around 11.5 meters and weighed 12 tons.
Okay, so not quite as heavy as Pliosaurus,
Right.
but still a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, yeah. Definitely an apex predator.
Okay, so the Pliosaur family was basically the mafia of the prehistoric oceans.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
But let's move on to number 7, a creature that might be a little more familiar to some of our listeners.
Okay.
Tylosaurus proger, the most iconic mosasaur of the late Cretaceous.
Tylosaurus.
Yes.
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Unlike those bulky pliosaurs,
Mm-hmm.
Tylosaurus was built for speed,
Ah, okay.
Slender body, powerful tail, and these lightweight hollow bones.
So it was light.
Yeah, it could move through the water with these incredible bursts of speed.
So basically a prehistoric torpedo with teeth,
Yeah, pretty much.
but wasn't still pretty big.
Oh, absolutely. Tylosaurus could grow up to 15 meters long and weigh around 8 tons.
Okay, so not small.
No.
It just had a different build.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just about brute force.
Right.
What kind of adaptations made it such a successful predator?
Well, we know from stomach contents that it had a very diverse diet.
Oh, wow.
This thing was eating other mosasaurs, plesiosaurs.
Really?
Even birds.
Okay, so very little was off the menu for this guy.
Pretty much.
Yikes. I would not want to be on the wrong end of those jaws.
No.
Now, before we move on to number 6.
Okay.
Can you remind me what a mosasaur is exactly? I know it's a marine reptile.
Right.
But how is it different from the ichthyosaurs and pliosaurs we talked about?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It's easy to mix up all these prehistoric reptiles, you know?
Yeah, they all ruled the seas, but at different periods.
Right, but they're actually from totally different evolutionary lineages.
Okay.
And they had different adaptations.
Okay.
So ichthyosaurs, like Shastasaurus and Himalayasaurus, they evolved earlier.
Okay.
And they had a much more fish-like body shape.
Gotcha.
Very streamlined, torpedo-like build.
Okay.
They were powerful swimmers, but perhaps not as agile as the later mosasaurs.
Gotcha.
Pliosaurs, with their short necks and those massive jaws.
Yeah.
Much more like the bulldogs of the sea.
Oh.
Built for brute strength.
Yeah.
And just crushing power.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So pliosaurs were the brawlers.
Yeah.
Ichthyosaurs were the cruisers.
Mm-hmm.
And mosasaurs were the speedsters.
A good way to think about it.
Okay.
And as we go down our list, you'll see how each of these groups developed unique adaptations that helped them to thrive in their environments.
Awesome.
Now, are you ready to meet a creature that challenged the dominance of these marine reptiles?
Absolutely. Bring on the competition.
So remember those incredible mosasaurs we were just talking about?
Yeah, the speedsters.
Well, get ready for a twist because number 6 on our list is a creature that would have given even Tylosaurus a run for its money.
Okay.
Cretoxyrhina mentelli.
Cretoxyrhina mentelli.
Also known as the Ginsu Shark.
Oh, yes. The Ginsu Shark.
Yeah.
I've heard about this one.
Yeah.
It got that nickname because of its incredibly sharp teeth.
Exactly.
Like they say, you could slice through prey like a Ginsu knife.
That's right.
So we're talking late Cretaceous period.
Yeah, late Cretaceous.
And Cretoxyrhina was a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, yeah. Imagine a shark.
Okay.
Reaching lengths of 5 to 7 meters.
Okay, so not quite as massive as some of the marine reptiles we've discussed.
Right.
But still a huge shark.
Oh, yeah.
What made Cretoxyrhina such a successful predator in a world dominated by, these giant reptiles?
Well, this shark was built for speed.
Okay.
It could reach estimated speeds of over 70 kilometers per hour.
That's faster than a cheetah.
It's incredible. One of the fastest predators in the ocean at that time.
So that's how it could compete with those massive marine reptiles.
Exactly. And you combine that speed with those razor-sharp teeth.
Oh, yeah.
You've got a very efficient hunting machine.
Yeah, but wait, I thought sharks rely mostly on their sense of smell to find prey. How could Cretoxyrhina keep up with fast-moving prey using just its nose?
Well, smell is definitely important for sharks.
Yeah.
But Cretoxyrhina probably had other sensory adaptations as well.
Like what?
Well, scientists believe that it might have had enhanced vision or even a form of electroreception, similar to what we see in modern-day sharks.
Okay, so it could detect the electrical fields generated by its prey.
Exactly.
So not only was this shark huge and fast, but it was also incredibly well equipped to find and capture prey.
Yeah, it was a top predator.
That's a pretty intimidating combination.
For sure.
Okay, I have to admit, I'm a little nervous about what's coming next on our list.
Okay.
If sharks are now entering the ring.
Well, prepare to be surprised.
Okay.
Because number 5 on our list is not a reptile or a shark.
What?
It's Deinosuchus.
Deinosuchus?
Yeah, a semi-aquatic crocodile.
Wait, a crocodile?
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about ocean giants here.
I know, but this was no ordinary crocodile. This was a creature that could reach up to 10 meters long.
Okay.
And weigh 3 to 4 tons.
Wow, so this guy was basically hanging out with the mosasaurs and plesiosaurs, competing for food. I never would have imagined a crocodile sharing the stage with those giants.
It really shows the diversity of life back in the late Cretaceous.
Yeah.
And while it might not have been a full-time resident of the open ocean, it was certainly an apex predator in its niche.
What kind of niche are we talking about? I can't imagine it like swimming out to the deep ocean to hunt.
Scientists think that Deinosuchus probably preferred those coastal areas, estuaries, swamps.
Okay.
And its diet most likely consisted mainly of sea turtles, fish, maybe other creatures that ventured too close to its territory.
Okay, so instead of swimming out to hunt, Deinosuchus was more of an ambush predator.
Exactly, lurking in the shallows, waiting for that perfect moment to strike.
With those powerful jaws and massive teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect for crushing the shells of sea turtles.
Yeah, it was a formidable force in its habitat.
Okay, now I'm definitely thinking twice about wading into any murky water.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
A giant croc battling it out with prehistoric sea monsters. That's definitely worthy of a spot in our countdown.
For sure.
But let's get back to the Mosasaurus.
Okay.
At number 4, we have Mosasaurus hoffmanni.
Ah, yes.
Mosasaurus.
The namesake of the entire mosasaur group.
Exactly. This was a true behemoth.
Okay, we talked about Tylosaurus earlier, how it was built for speed and agility.
Right.
How does Mosasaurus compare?
Mosasaurus was much bigger.
Okay.
Powerful jaws, robust head, size ranging from 12 to 15 meters.
Wow.
And potentially even reaching 17 meters in some cases.
So even bigger than Tylosaurus.
Yeah, this thing was massive.
Wow, these mosasaurs were really something else.
They were incredible.
I'm starting to picture them as the ultimate rulers of the prehistoric oceans.
They were definitely a dominant force.
And what's fascinating is how they just continued to evolve and adapt throughout the late Cretaceous head. Yeah, they developed these streamlined bodies, powerful tails, and even tail fins.
Oh, wow.
All of that just enhanced their speed and maneuverability in the water.
So they were constantly evolving and becoming even better adapted to life in the ocean.
Exactly.
Makes you wonder what they might have evolved into.
I know, right?
If they hadn't gone extinct alongside the dinosaurs.
It's one of the great mysteries of paleontology.
Yeah.
Imagine, if they had continued to evolve for millions of years.
Yeah, would they have become even larger?
Who knows?
Developed even more specialized hunting techniques.
Yeah, it's really a question that sparks the imagination.
It's almost like evolution hit the reset button.
Right.
With the extinction of the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But I guess that's what makes paleontology so fascinating. Piecing together the puzzle of life's history.
Yeah.
And imagining the possibilities of what might have been.
It's incredible.
And speaking of evolution taking a new path, let's move on to number 3, which marks a major transition in our list. Basilosaurus, one of the earliest large whales.
Oh, yes, Basilosaurus.
Yeah, it's amazing to think that whales, these gentle giants of the modern oceans,
I know,
evolved from land-dwelling mammals.
It's incredible.
It just seems like such a huge leap going from walking on land to swimming in the ocean.
It's a long journey.
And Basilosaurus, with its 15 to 18 meter long body, definitely looks like a creature caught between two worlds.
It does. It's got that elongated body, almost a serpentine form. Right. Really represents that transitional stage in whale evolution.
So its streamlined body was perfectly suited for swimming.
Yes.
But its hind limbs were still there.
They were reduced.
Yeah.
But still there, hinting at its terrestrial ancestry.
So it wasn't quite as graceful or agile as modern whales.
It was a powerful swimmer, but that elongated form probably limited its maneuverability in shallower waters. And it probably wouldn't have been able to make those tight turns.
I see. Its long, slender body was more suited for cruising through the open ocean, similar to like a modern-day whale shark.
Exactly.
So it wasn't just big. It was a top predator, too.
Oh, yeah. It was an apex predator feeding on sharks, fish, and even smaller whales.
Wow.
Imagine this, like serpent-like whale, longer than a bus.
Yeah.
Cruising through the ocean.
Snapping up whatever crosses its path.
Exactly.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it gives us this glimpse into the early evolution of whales as they made that transition from land to sea.
It really highlights how adaptable life is.
Yeah.
After the extinction of the dinosaurs and a lot of those marine reptiles,
right,
a new group of ocean giants emerged, filling that ecological void.
It's amazing.
And Basilosaurus was one of the pioneers of this new era.
For sure. It's a reminder that even after these mass extinctions, life finds a way to rebound and diversify.
And often in ways we couldn't even imagine.
Exactly.
And speaking of unimaginable creatures, let's move on to number 2. Livyatan melville.
Livyatan.
A giant predatory sperm whale.
Yeah.
That, honestly, the name just sounds straight out of a mythological tale.
It really does.
I love that we're getting into the whale territory now.
Yeah.
I've always been fascinated by whales.
Me too.
And this one sounds Incredible.
It's a pretty amazing creature.
A whale named after Leviathan.
Yeah.
And Moby Dick.
That's right.
That's setting the bar pretty high.
It is.
What can you tell us about this giant?
This creature truly lived up to its name.
Okay.
Livyatan was a giant among giants.
Okay.
13.5 to 17.5 meters long.
Wow.
And weighing somewhere between 38 and 60 tons.
So about the size of a humpback whale, but with a much more menacing set of teeth.
Exactly.
You mentioned teeth.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of sperm whale teeth, and they're already pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah.
What were Livyatan's teeth like?
Livyatan's teeth were colossal, reaching up to 36 centimeters in length.
36 centimeters.
That's right.
Wow.
They were perfectly adapted for taking down large prey.
Okay, so like other whales.
Most likely, yeah. Also seals, large fish, anything it could get its jaws on.
I'm starting to sense a theme here. A lot of whale eating was going on in prehistoric times. It makes you wonder what kind of environment could support such massive predators.
Well, the oceans during the Miocene epoch, when Livyatan was around, they were teeming with life.
Oh, wow.
Had warmer water temperatures, these vast, shallow seas, and just an abundance of prey.
So it created the ideal conditions for these colossal predators to thrive.
Exactly. It was a time of giants.
Yeah.
Both predator and prey engaged in this evolutionary arms race.
It makes you wonder, if those conditions returned, could we see a resurgence of these ocean giants in the future?
That's a fascinating question.
Yeah.
Well, it's highly unlikely that we'll see, like, a carbon copy of Livyatan.
Right. Evolution doesn't exactly work in reverse.
Exactly.
But you never know.
Who knows what incredible creatures might evolve in the future, given enough time and the right conditions.
Now, that's a thought to keep you up at night. All right, I think we've built up enough suspense.
Oh, okay.
It's time to reveal the undisputed champion of our prehistoric ocean giant countdown.
All right.
And let me tell you, this one is a legend.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I believe you're referring to the creature that reigned supreme for nearly 20 million years, the largest shark ever known.
Otodus megalodon.
Yes, the Megalodon. This is the one everyone's been waiting for.
It's iconic.
And honestly, it lives up to the hype. We're talking about a shark that could reach lengths of 13 to 18 meters.
Yeah.
And weigh an estimated 30 to 70 tons.
Huge.
And there's even evidence suggesting that some individuals might have been even larger.
It's hard to fathom, really.
It's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Megalodon truly embodies the ultimate apex predator.
I agree.
Its reign lasted for nearly 20 million years.
It's a long time.
Spanning from the early Miocene to the late Pliocene epochs. Wow.
And fossil evidence of this magnificent creature has been found on every continent except Antarctica.
You know, it really speaks to its global dominance.
Okay, hold on a second. I have to ask, how do we even know Megalodon existed? I mean, we're talking about a shark that lived millions of years ago.
Right.
Is it all just based on teeth?
That's a great question, and you're right.
Yeah.
Complete skeletons of Megalodon are incredibly rare.
Okay.
Most of what we know about this giant shark comes from its teeth.
Okay.
Which are remarkably well preserved as fossils.
Ah, okay.
And these teeth, some exceeding 18 centimeters in length,
wow,
tell a tale of incredible predatory power.
18 centimeters, that's bigger than most steak knives.
I know.
So based on these teeth, what can we infer about Megalodon's diet and hunting strategies?
Well, those massive serrated teeth.
Yeah.
Perfectly designed for tearing flesh and crushing bone.
Oh, wow.
And we've even found bite marks on fossilized whale bones
that
match the size and shape of Megalodon's teeth. So Megalodon was definitely snacking on some serious whale-sized meals.
Absolutely.
But how did it catch such large prey? Was it an ambush predator like Deinosuchus? Or did it actively chase down its victims?
Scientists believe that Megalodon was a very active predator.
Okay.
Capable of both ambushing its prey and engaging in high-speed pursuits.
So it could do both?
Yeah, its massive size and that powerful tail would have allowed it to generate these incredible bursts of speed, making it a formidable hunter in the open ocean.
That's terrifying. I can't even imagine witnessing a Megalodon attack in person.
I don't think I would want to.
But what eventually led to the extinction of this seemingly unstoppable predator?
That's a great question. And it's one that has puzzled paleontologists for decades.
Okay.
There are a number of theories, including changes in ocean currents, cooling water temperatures, and maybe even competition from other large predators like Livyatan.
Yeah, we were just talking about him.
Exactly.
So it wasn't just one single factor, but a combination of environmental changes and evolutionary pressures that ultimately led to Megalodon's demise.
Yeah, most likely scenario.
It's amazing to think that these creatures, from the agile Tylosaurus to the colossal Megalodon, once ruled the oceans that we know today.
I know, it's fascinating to think about.
Their fossilized remains offer us a window into a time when giants roamed the seas.
It's true.
And it's both humbling and awe-inspiring.
Absolutely. It's a testament to the incredible diversity and power of ancient life.
Yeah.
And it reminds us that our planet has a long and fascinating history, full of wonders and mysteries still waiting to be uncovered.
Well, on that note, I think it's time for us to surface from this incredible deep dive into the world of prehistoric ocean giants.
It's been a journey.
It has.
For sure.
I hope our listeners have enjoyed it as much as we have.
Me too. It's been a pleasure exploring these fascinating creatures with you.
Thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon. And who knows, you might just catch a glimpse of something truly extraordinary